under the Judicial Review Division, challenging the numbness, the quietness, the non-responsiveness of people hired and paid by taxpayers' money. The office of the Ombudsman is not an accidental creature. It is not there for decorations or for aesthetic values. Kenyans gave the office of the Ombudsman the mandate to check the excesses, the abuses of public servants. The office of the Ombudsman, for 5 months, we wrote a petition to them. They've never responded. Why? We have information that the Director of Public Prosecution, Noordin Haji, has threatened the Ombudsman that if they take action, then he will prefer criminal charges, framed up charges against them. They have gone quiet. And this is the narrative in very many government offices. Kenyans write petitions, they lie there 10 years, 20 years. They will come to acknowledge that when Noordin Haji has served his 8 years and he has retired, then they tell you your complaint has been overtaken by events. So we have gone to the Judicial Review Division to compel the office of the Ombudsman to act under the law of what it is supposed to do. We have further instructions to file for the removal of the chair lady of the Ombudsman office because she has failed to provide leadership in this matter. So we have already filed a petition to compel them to do what they are going to do. We are equally filing a petition either to disband the Ombudsman because it is an aesthetic value thing. It doesn't serve Kenyans the way it is supposed to do. The grounds that we have raised are that 99% of the counsels in the office of the Director of Public Prosecution, their morale is zero. How does this maladministration within the office of the Director of Public Prosecution have a nexus with the fight against corruption? How does it have a nexus with the fight of hate speech that we are going to see during the political rallies? If the morale is zero, because promotions are based on who you know, promotions and transfers are based on nepotism. The Director of Public Prosecution answered to our petition in a rally in Garissa, where he's saying that when he landed in the office of the Director of Public Prosecution, he found that there is no Somalis within the DPP. So he is doing an affirmative action to bring his own people. This is the politics of sasa ni wakati wetu wa kula. We have raised very serious issues. Prominent, hard-nosed, solid state councils have been thrown out of office without any regard. Many have opted to resign from the office of the Director of Public Prosecution. That is a very critical office for the sustenance of criminal prosecution in this country. So we cannot allow one individual to run that office. Even on one, we raised the question of decisional independence of him deciding not to prosecute. This is about the management of funds, the transfers, the employment criteria, where people, for example, I have pupils of mine here. The law talks of pupils can only stay in a place for maximum of 6 months. There are pupils who have been there for the last 5-7 years. They have never been there. On what grounds are they there? So we are actually raising very pertinent issues that the office of the Director of Public Prosecution, Noordin Haji, should be investigated. This is not an application for removal. You remember very well, Noordin Haji has gotten the courts to stop him from being removed from office. This is about the issues of management of the resources, both human and financial, of the Director of Public Prosecution. So we are seeking that the court orders him to do, the court orders the Ombudsman to do what he or she, but she is supposed to do, failure to which we have been given instructions that we'll be moving very speedily to file a petition for the disbandment of the office of the Ombudsman, because it does not serve any purpose. Every public and every office has a charter that provides for, a service charter that provides for, upon receiving an official complaint, how it will deal with that matter. The Public Service Commission has that charter. All government, the judiciary has that charter. Why is it that the office of the Ombudsman does not have a charter, so that once anybody files a petition, it can stay there for 30 years? We hope the judges will live to the spirit of the Constitution, order that the office of the Ombudsman move with speed and stop and arrest the maladministration that is going on. If the complaint was against a simple clerk of judiciary or a simple clerk in any government office, the Ombudsman moves with speed. So really there is an issue of either office of the Ombudsman has been threatened and it cannot take action, or the office of the Ombudsman is timid and therefore it needs to be disbanded and be removed from earning the hard-earned taxpayers.